My name is Amy Myers, and you are here with the Weather Watchers on Channel 5. Today we are going to be talking about the weather. First off, I'm going to go and talk about next week. Next week there will be a hurricane coming in Florida, and all through Florida the beaches will be closed. Every major city should stay inside. Now back to Scott.
Hello. This is Florida's weather forecast. In Orlando, it's going to be 91 degrees Fahrenheit in Orlando, partly sunny. In Fort Lauderdale, it's going to be 58 degrees Fahrenheit with some thunderstorms. In Tampa, it's going to be 92 degrees Fahrenheit with sunny. In Jacksonville, it's going to be 72 degrees Fahrenheit with clouds. And in Miami, it's going to be 63 degrees Fahrenheit with some rain in Miami. Back to Amy Myers.
Thank you, Sky. So now we are going to be talking about the weather. And there is a slight chance of a hurricane in part of the world. Here you can see that it might be in China. It was going to be in the Arctic Ocean. There's going to be a lot of ice and a lot of snow. So if you are going to be crossing the Atlantic Ocean, I suggest that you should do it with a boat that can withstand an iceberg. And in Brazil, it's going to be hot. Part of Africa, it's going to be slightly rainy, and in Australia, it's going to be there's going to have there are a lot of hill lands, so there might be some rain on one side of the hill, and then on the other side of the hill there won't. So that would be called a rain shadow. And in Canada, there's going to be the Rocky Mountains are going to have a lot of rain too. And now back to Chris.
As you can see, there's tornadoes in the Midwest, and the top of the tornado is cloudy with a funnel. The inside of the tornado is more clouds with a funnel, and the bottom of the tornado is a smaller funnel. Back to Amy.
Thank you. As we were talking about tornadoes, there is going to be a tornado in Kentucky in a few days. So now we're going to be talking about a hurricane. So what happens in hurricanes is the top of a hurricane has like more clouds and it's swirly, and then the inside of a hurricane is like almost a funnel, and it is dry. And on the bottom of the hurricane is where the storm is going to be. The winds are going to be picking up. The rain's going to pour, and thunder and lightning will be happening too. Back to Scott.
So, in Florida, as we heard, in some parts it's going to be rainy, some parts it's going to be sunny. But also, as Amy said before, some parts are going to have hurricanes, and there a very, very slight chance of a tornado. Back to Amy.
So what Skyland was just talking about was she was talking about hurricanes. So next week there's going to be a hurricane. So I suggest all of the little kids and the family stay indoors and watch the weather, so they know when the hurricane is gone and it left. Back to Chris.
There's going to be some tornadoes in around Dallas, and there might be some tornadoes in North America. And some more hurricanes in Canada. Back to Amy.
Okay, so we missed New Zealand. So New Zealand is gonna have no rain. It's gonna be all sunny, and there is gonna be some sort of rain, and there might be a little bit of flooding. Back to Sky.
As we were talking about New Zealand, also in some parts of Europe, it's gonna flood a little. And in Spain, they might also get some rain. And in Brazil, there might be a tornado or two. And in Canada, there might be some snow and sleet. Back to Amy.
Thank you, Sky. So in Egypt, it's gonna be hotter than usual. It's probably going to be about 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and in Asia and Russia, there are going to be some rain, and it's going to be very wet. And back to Chris.
Well, as Skylin was saying, there might be some tornadoes in Canada. There might be a few, like 3. There might be some in Russia. And back to Amy.
Thank you. Thank you for watching The Weather Watchers on Channel 5.